The Monkey War, South Africa's untamed crisis. A Vendor and Wildlife. The shadows in the trees. They watch us from the trees. Silent, clever, and growing in number every single day. In South Africa, a new battle is being fought. Not in the streets. Not on the borders. But in the heart of nature itself. Wild monkeys, once symbols of curiosity and playfulness, have become a rising force of destruction. They raid farms, attack livestock, and bring chaos to villages that once thrived in harmony with the land. This is the untold story of a silent invasion. The war between humans and wild monkeys, a conflict reshaping the future of South Africa's countryside. Chapter 1, The Invasion begins. It started quietly. A few scattered troops of vervet monkeys and baboons slipping out of protected forests in search of food. But then came the droughts, the rising temperatures, the endless expansion of farmland. Humans cut deeper into the wilderness, and the monkeys learned fast. They discovered that human crops were easier to raid than forests were to forage. That fruit markets and village gardens offered sweeter rewards than the dry savanna. Soon, a few daring scouts became hundreds. Hundreds became thousands. By 2024, estimates suggested over 5,000 wild monkeys roaming key provinces across South Africa. With wildlife biologists warning that, at their current reproduction rate, that number could double within a decade. Chapter 2, The Cost of Chaos. The damage? $75 million a year, lost crops, broken fences, raided livestock pens, smashed irrigation systems. Farmers in KwaZulu-Natal speak of waking up to find their banana groves stripped overnight. Vineyards in the Western Cape report entire harvests destroyed before sunrise. And it's not just economics. It's emotional devastation. Imagine tending the same fields your grandfather once did, only to find them overrun, your fruit stolen, your children frightened to step outside. Farmer Mandla Ndlovu, his voice trembling. They come in the morning and they scream like people. You chase one away, 10 more appear. They're not scared anymore. It feels like we are the ones living in cages. Chapter 3, A Global Plague. South Africa is not alone. Across India, towns like Shimla and Agra have been forced to declare monkeys a public menace. Residents report over 1,200 monkey attacks a year. In Thailand, entire cities like Lopburi are effectively ruled by monkeys, their temples turned into fortresses of fur and fury. In Japan, the city of Yamaguchi faced so many violent encounters that police began using tranquilizer rifles in urban neighborhoods. From Africa to Asia, one pattern repeats. When humans expand, wild monkeys adapt, faster, smarter, and bolder. Chapter 4, The Evolution of a Threat. Cut to slow-motion footage, monkeys leaping across rooftops. They're not just animals. They're survivors of incredible intelligence. Wild monkeys have remarkable memory, strong family bonds, and the ability to coordinate attacks. A single alpha can command a troop of 50. They communicate through over 30 vocal sounds, signals for food, danger, or attack. When frightened, they don't scatter. They strategize. In South Africa, motion sensor footage shows troops using decoys. Sending juveniles to trigger traps while adults raid from another side. This isn't random chaos. It's organized survival. Chapter 5, Humans Strike Back. So how do you fight intelligence with intelligence? Authorities have deployed every method imaginable. Cage traps, baited with bananas and mangoes. Net traps, hidden under leaf canopies. Tranquilizer rifles, fired by trained wildlife officers. Each tool, a piece of the growing battlefield between man and monkey. Cage traps, the simplest method, are carefully placed near water or fruit. Fruit trees. Operators monitor them remotely, waiting for the right moment. The instant the entire troop enters. One mistake, and the survivors learn. They never return to that place again. Wildlife expert Thandi Masiko explains. You can't just trap one. If the others see it caught, they remember for years. They'll warn their young, and the whole troop avoids that area. Every failed capture makes the monkeys smarter. Every success feels temporary. Chapter 6, The Great Debate. But not everyone agrees with lethal control. Animal rights groups call it cruelty. They argue that it's humans who pushed monkeys to the brink by destroying forests. Local farmers, meanwhile, see their livelihoods vanish day after day. The debate turns bitter. One side demands compassion, the other demands survival. Government officials stand in the middle, their resources stretched thin. They approve limited controlled hunts, requiring silencers and strict permits. Pregnant or juvenile monkeys must not be targeted. Yet critics argue that these efforts are merely a temporary plaster on a gaping wound. And so the ethical question remains. When coexistence fails, where do we draw the line between protection and eradication? Voices of hope. Amid the chaos, some refuse to surrender. Conservationists rescue injured monkeys, rehabilitating them deep in forest sanctuaries. Scientists study behavior, searching for peaceful solutions. Communities unite, realizing that survival depends not on domination, but on understanding. Maybe the real battle isn't between us and them. Maybe it's between our fear and our responsibility. The final question. What will the future look like? A world where monkeys vanish from our landscapes, eradicated? Or a world where humans and wildlife learn, at last, to share the same soil? The answer depends on the choices we make today. Every trap we set. Every forest we cut. Every life we spare. Each decision writes a line in the story of coexistence. And the final chapter hasn't been written yet. The balance restored. They came from the forests, hungry and bold. We met them with fear, anger, and fire. But perhaps, in time, both sides will remember that the earth is wide enough for us all. From the rolling hills of KwaZulu-Natal to the bustling temples of Asia, one truth echoes louder than ever. When we lose respect for nature, nature returns the favor. Closing words, Vendor&Wildlife sign OFF. If this story opened your eyes to the unseen battles of our world, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Vendor&Wildlife. Your window into the wild heart of our planet. Every view, every voice, every story helps protect what remains untamed. Together, let's stand for the wild. Let's learn, adapt, and coexist. Vendor&Wildlife, the voice of nature.